By the end of this video, I promise you, you would have learned how to actually deal with this roller coaster performance that Meta actually gives you. There's a lot of cope in the space. There's a lot of people actually explaining why this happens and all that stuff. It's all cope. Listen, if you want to actually beat this roller coaster performance and you want to actually scale your brand without it being up one day, down the other day, up one day, down the other day, you should watch till the end of this video because I'm going to explain to you exactly why this happens. I'm going to obviously explain cope, right? I don't want you coping. I want you controlling the controllables. I want you to actually know why this actually exists, like the real problem, because once you understand the problem, you can actually use what I call the cure, the solution to this. In this video, you're literally going to learn all these things. You are going to overcome roller coaster performance. That's a promise. You don't have to watch till the end of the video, but I really recommend you do if you want to break through this cycle of just up and down meta performance. If you're new to the channel, by the way, my name's Ganor. I make these videos to make scaling to 8 figures easy for health and wellness e-commerce brands. And this video is really going to help any brand scale because you don't want to constantly just making your meta performance look like this roller coaster over here, right? That's the point of this video. So the first thing we have to discuss is cope, the start of lifelong failure, okay? Meta's roller coaster performance seems to lead to a serious amount of cope, and you might have seen this, right? This is basically called copium. This is where you basically blame everything instead of yourself. This is where people start to deal with bad performance using excuses such as Meta's just having a bad day. Devs must have just fucked something up, or other excuses instead of actually blaming themselves. You can literally see this tweet over here. This got 11,000 impressions, 67 likes, and 18 comments, not 100 comments. 67 people literally like this, and they most likely actually related to this, right? This is cope. This is literally cope, and I'm sure you've seen this stuff before, right? I could give you so many reasons that are like genuine reasons for why performance may fluctuate daily, but the problem is that this copium thing, right, actually using these sort of reasons, these genuine reasons even, to cope is a very slippery slope, right? Meaning that if you use it once, even the slightest bit, you end up just using cope for everything in your life. Like you literally start to reflect it in the gym, you'll start to reflect in relationships, you'll start to reflect it everywhere in life. If you start coping even a little bit, it's a slippery slope. You keep sliding down. It is addictive as fuck. And this is where you give up control of your own success, okay? And then a couple months later, you're sitting on the edge of your bed at 2 a.m. contemplating getting a job because this ecom thing isn't really working out. Take this as a warning sign. Just stop coping, okay? Just stop coping. Like, because cope literally leads to this situation, and I've seen this happen with people. I've seen people shut down their brand, sitting with a bunch of stock, and they don't know how to sell it because they have just been coping. I don't want you to be in this situation, okay? So please, just watch to the end of the video, get the cure, all right? So too long didn't read. Don't complain. Don't use copium in any area of your life. Always blame yourself. Give yourself control. Now we're going to focus on controlling the controllables. Now, I've got a quote for you over here. This is a mindset shift. I need you to actually understand this. Some things are within our power, while other things are not. Within our power is our opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and in a word, what is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, reputation, office, and in a word, whatever is not of our own doing. Now, this is basically what Epictetus is saying. Focus on what you can control, and that is the point of this video. This is what the rest of the video is going to actually be about, giving you things that you can actually control, so you can actually go ahead and control the performance of your meta ads. So you can actually not just rely on this roller coaster of emotions even, right? Your emotions going up and down, you're making shit decisions. You need to focus on what you can control, and that's the point of this video. The rule is, as soon as you blame yourself for something, right, you actually take control of the outcomes of the situation. And if you want to really just grab life by its horns, a lot of people say that, right, but they don't actually act it out. Literally, if you blame yourself for everything that happens in your life, you literally grab life by its horns and you take control, and you can actually direct it to whatever you want. It applies everywhere in life, and it needs to apply to ecom as well, your business. This is how you actually take control of the outcomes of your situation. And now I'm actually going to go through why roller coaster performance actually exists. This is probably what you've been waiting for, okay? This is really the real reason why it actually exists, and these are all in your control. I have given you nothing that you can cope with here, so you're really going to enjoy this, okay? Number one, the numbers are not linear, okay? Imagine you flipped a coin 6 times. Would you really expect a perfect set of heads, tails, heads, tails, heads, tails? Well, no, of course you wouldn't. You know that numbers do not actually work like that. We would expect more of a heads, heads, tails, 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 right? We would expect more of this sort of non-linear pattern, right? We wouldn't just expect a perfect pattern. But if you flipped a coin 100 times, you would probably expect a 50-50 distribution of heads and tails. It would probably be pretty close. Maybe it's 49 and 51, maybe it's 48 and 52, but it would be pretty damn close to 50-50. This is because of the law of regression to the mean, and this is literally what your meta performance does. This is the key to understanding meta performance. Regression to the mean is basically like the statistical phenomenon. It's like the law of statistics that describes how variables with outliers on the first measurement are often closer to the mean when measured again. This is what your performance could actually look like. It could be up, could be down, could be up, could be down, but as long as it's actually going up, as long as the average is actually going up, your account is performing. But the problem with most people is that they reach this point over here and they're like, oh, perfect, I know how to create ads, I'm on top of the world, I don't need to create new ads. Then the next week or the next day even, they're literally at this point, they're like, oh, fuck, what do I do now? Oh, I need to record like this new content, I need to reach out to more creators, I need to do this new thing. It's just a constant roller coaster of making emotional decisions when the real thing that matters is the averages. We are not a sum of our day-to-day performance. We are the sum of our averages. Look at the week-to-week performance, and this is what you need to improve. Just going back to this again, this is what you need to actually improve. This straight line over here, the average, right? You need to calculate your averages, not your day-to-day performance, because there's a bunch of shit that happens day-to-day. Numbers are not linear. You're not expecting a heads, tails, heads, tails, heads, tails. You're expecting more of a heads, heads, tails, tails, heads, tails, tails, heads, right? Hope that makes sense. You need to calculate your averages and look at the week-to-week performance. Let's say day one, your performance might be 1 ROAS, then you're on a 2, then you're on a 3, then you're on a 2 again, you're on a 1. Basically, you just add up all these numbers over the week and you actually find your average, and that is what you need to actually improve. Now, the second reason for this rollercoaster performance is your ads strategy. This is also in your control. A lot of you rely on the 4th and 5th stage of awareness. These are the easiest stage to actually sell to. A lot of you would have seen this diagram before. It's basically the different stages of awareness in your market. There's obviously people who are unaware, who don't have a goal or a problem. There's people who are most aware that have literally everything everything about your product and what it does, but they haven't been convinced to actually fully purchase it yet. A lot of you are simply making ads for the product and most aware stage. You're basically just saying, hey, here's my product. If you want to buy it, then you can. Or we're running a sale right now, you can buy it. Or even solution aware ads, which aren't that scalable, where you rely on people to actually already know a solution. And you're like, hey, if you want collagen, here's my product. It's the best collagen, right? The problem here is that you're actually relying on people who find out about your product by themselves, or they find out about the solution by themselves. The real guys making the money are the ones who actually inform people who aren't even aware of a problem they have about a problem, right? And then they trust them, and then they actually explain a solution, and then they even trust them even more, right? And then they explain their product is the best form of the solution, and then after that, they actually give them all the information they need to actually buy. And this isn't a reliable strategy to actually get buyers, right? You need to actually be pulling people in, and that is the cure. That's a bit of a hint of what we're going to be learning literally in a couple of minutes after I've been through these slides. This is the cure, okay? Another reason is people actually selling to trends and seasons. So this actually relates to your ad strategy as well. Capitalizing on an industry trend is not a bad idea to get sales. I'd encourage it, right? I'd actually encourage you, if there is a trend going on in the industry, capitalize on it, actually go and get more sales because of it. But don't expect your performance to actually stay like that forever. Don't expect your performance to always be up there. It's going to come crashing down because trends, by the definition, are actually supposed to end. When they end, your performance will actually follow the trend. The trending topic or hashtag is one that is popular on social media at the given moment. And we're always progressing on to the next moment, okay? So it's literally, by definition, supposed to end. And seasons and special days are similar, right? If you're selling like a Valentine's Day gift, or maybe you're selling like to Black Friday or back to school, these are all little trends of their own, right? So they are bound to end, and you have to understand that if you're selling to these, I do encourage them, and there's like a huge strategy that we actually do use for our clients as well, which basically lets us capitalize on all the seasons and actually break past this sort of trend, right? This sort of trend phenomena where we only have sales here and then we come crashing back down, but that's a whole separate video, right? Basically, those are some of the reasons that this performance might be happening. Another reason is your ad strategy not actually giving your system a constant flow of new, better, improved creatives. I promise we're getting to the cure soon. Keep watching. We're getting to the cure, right? You're going to fucking love it. But Another problem is not giving your system a constant flow of new, improved, and better creative. Sometimes when we find a winning ad, I saw this literally a couple months ago, and the guy, I called him out for it, right? I wanted to actually help him, and he just told me to shut the fuck up. And I was like, okay, bro, well, if you don't want to like, if you want to keep coping, then you can keep coping and you can lose, right? But sometimes when we find a winning ad, we tend to just sit back and relax and let it cook, right? Which is basically trash. Like, we do not want to do this. And we do this subconsciously as well. You have to understand that a lot of your actions, especially you even watching watching this video right now, you're focusing on the video. You're not focused on the actions. You're not focused on what you're actually thinking, right? It's all subconscious. We subconsciously tend to relax a little bit more when we actually find a winning ad, but I propose something different, okay? You need to change your mindset. As soon as an ad is winning, the clock for its death is literally ticking backwards. As soon as an ad starts working, as soon as anything starts working in your life, the clock for its death is ticking backwards. It will die. The ad will die. Panic and find your next winner as soon as possible. This is what we do for all of our clients. And this is the mindset shift that you genuinely need to actually have. As soon as an ad is winning, just fucking hell, just relate that to panic. Like shit. It can literally crash tomorrow. I need to find a next winner as soon as possible. Okay. Conduct learnings, see how you can improve it, and create new, better, improved ads. And you might have been noticing that I'm just saying new, better, improved in all caps over here as well. And I say that because don't just go out and just create new ads for the sake of making new ads. Actually go, see how you can actually improve them, conduct your learnings, do the feedback loops, right? Actually improve the ads, see how you can test new things. Find new winners, okay? And this just comes back to more research. Research. I cannot say this enough. Your research defines how good your ads are. Now, here is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. The cure. Here we go. This is the part you've all been waiting for. Cure number 1. Sell to permanent primal desires. When I understood this, oh my God, it was like a light bulb went off in my head and I was like, it's just crazy, okay? Yes, this goes back to the good old health, wealth, and relationships. Ask yourself, how can my product actually help someone achieve a desire in relation to these 3 permanent desires? People always want better health. People always want more wealth. People always want better relationships, right? How can your product actually help someone achieve a desire that does not actually go away? You have to do some thinking on your own on this, but I'll give you a few examples, okay? So you kind of get the point. Ashwagandha. Now, a trending desire, if you were just targeting a trending desire, you would say everyone on TikTok is taking ashwagandha. Go buy ashwagandha, right? Or here's a viral stress supplement that you can actually get. And, you know, ashwagandha is this new thing. People are buying it. They're like, oh my God, this is amazing. The permanent desire that you'd actually sell to after this trend has sort of died is you want to feel focused, calm, and in control under pressure. You want to stop feeling mentally fried so you can actually perform better in work, gym, and relationships. See how your product can actually help someone achieve a desire that they actually want. I'll give you another example. If you have an energy supplement that helps people really just, let's say, be more energized. Let's just keep it very simple. You can actually sell to the desire of men getting women, because men always want women, right? Unless they're gay, whatever. But typically, men have this huge desire for female attention and also getting females, right? You can sell someone an energy supplement to get more girls. And the way you do that is basically by selling it to them as a supplement for them working out harder in the gym. If they work out harder in the gym, they connect the dots themselves, they're going to get more jacked and they're going to get more girls. Selling to permanent desires. It's not a trend. Men don't just suddenly want women one day and they don't want them the next. They always want women, right? For example, women want to always look beautiful, right? I think that's the third example. Yeah, that's a third example. Apple cider vinegar gummies. So this was something that was very popular, but apple cider vinegar gummies are the easy weight loss hack. Even my mum fell for it, right? And maybe I'm just sharing too much information here, but even my mum was drinking apple cider vinegar and she bought this from a brand that was basically just like apple cider vinegar. That was their entire branding. And take gummies instead of drinking vinegar. It's just trends, right? Just trends up and down. But if you actually sell to a permanent desire, I want to feel lighter, less bloated, and more in control of my eating, and you know, I want to lose weight and look more attractive, that is a permanent desire. People always want to look more attractive, right? I want my body to feel cleaner, digestion to stop ruining my day. If digestion is ruining your day, it's basically just going back to, okay, why would this actually affect someone's health, wealth, and relationships? Well, it would obviously affect their health. They're feeling like shit. It might affect their relationships, that whenever their digestion is bad, they're like all cranky at their kids or their wife, and their wife doesn't really love them all that much anymore. Look for permanent desires, okay? And collagen over here, collagen is a beauty supplement everyone is taking. It's a bit of a trend and people are only going to buy it as long as the trend is there. I want to look younger, fresher, and feel more confident in my skin. This is something that women always want. Women always want to look more beautiful. Men always want to get female attention, okay? These are, okay, don't cancel me for this because this is like a public YouTube video. It's not just something I'm making inside a course, but this is what it really comes down to. These are permanent desires. These are primal desires, okay? And you need to actually see, how can I tap into a primal desire? And bonus points, if you tap into a primal desire that you're like no one else in your market is actually tapping into. Give you an example, a focus supplement for gamers. Right, focus supplement for gamers who want to win a bunch of games because they can get girls. It's not just the status that they're going to get, it's the girls that they're going to get. Just example, not saying it actually exists. You have to make it make sense, okay? The next cure is selling to lower levels of awareness. So instead of selling to product aware, most aware, and even the solution aware, sell to unaware and problem aware markets. People who aren't even aware that they actually have a goal, or they don't want to actually admit it, or they don't even know that they actually have a problem. I saw this amazing example from a brand who was actually selling, I believe it was like air purifier. I have to credit Spencer Pauly for this. He was the one who actually said this example, and it clicked so well in my head. You can literally say that, did you know there's this bacteria floating around in your air and you don't even know it exists? Well, this bacteria floating around your air is slowly killing your kids every day. You're probably just fear mongering there. You don't want to use that as a hook, right? But I think you get the point. It's like unaware. It's like, wait, what? You know, it just catches their attention. There's curiosity there. I've got an example as well that I could potentially show you. I might pause the video and actually show you as well, but you basically want to find unaware ads. You want to analyze them and actually see how you can create them. And also problem-aware ads. People who already know they have a problem, like let's say just the air purifier example. Is your air purifier super hard to clean and moldy? Is it releasing microplastics into the air? People who are already aware of the problem, but they don't actually know the solution exists, right? Start to actually create ads like that. And how do you do that? It's all about educating the scroller here, okay? You need to catch them where they are, unaware. Let's just say they're unaware right now. And you need to educate them on a problem that they didn't even know they had. Then you need to educate them on a solution to that problem. Then you need to educate them on a product that delivers that solution, which is your product. Then you need to actually give them all the info they need to actually make a purchasing decision. Think of this as like a marketing funnel, right? You can actually think of this as like a funnel, because I don't like thinking as just like an ad or a landing page. I like to visualize an entire funnel, because one ad is enough to actually take someone to most aware. And you can also just have one ad that is super curiosity and they click onto it and they just have an advertorial there, right? You need to think of your marketing as a funnel. Your job is to capture as many people and get them to the bottom of the funnel. I honestly just recommend learn how to actually create unaware and problem-aware ads. I'm planning to actually create a tutorial on it as well on my YouTube channel, so you should probably subscribe if you want to stay tuned for that. And this is why research is also very, very important. To educate someone, you actually need to understand the problem yourself first. Let me just quickly check something, by the way. Cool. You need to actually understand the problem yourself first as well, because if you don't understand a problem, then you won't be able to actually explain it to them and how a solution is actually related to it, right? So actually have some fun with it. Go out, actually do some research, search why this problem exists, and actually how a solution works, how your product actually delivers a solution. Actually research on this, and I had to do this for a brand that I was actually working with recently. I'm still working with them. And it was honestly about sex drives. Like it was a little bit embarrassing to do research on this, and I had to clear my search history after it, but it was literally researching on why certain women's sex drives literally just fade in their 30s. Why some couples just stop feeling it for each other, right? And actually understanding this. And once you understand this problem, once you actually understand why this happens, you can actually connect it to a solution that your product delivers. And yeah, you just need to understand it. Like, honestly, it's just about understanding it and then educating your scrollers on it. That is all it is. Once you understand it, people will stick along, and then the copywriting comes in to actually make them stay till the end, all that stuff. But the first step is understanding it. You can have the best copywriting in the world, but it would be no use if nothing of it actually makes sense, okay? This is the most powerful thing you can actually learn to do. If you can take a random scroller, turn them into a buyer, you will literally never go broken. That is a promise. You will scale your brand to the moon and back, and you will scale multiple brands to the moon and back. If you can learn how to educate a random scroller and turn them into a buyer, you will win, okay? But how do you actually communicate this? How do you actually take people down the funnel, right? Well, long story short, this is something I'm actually learning to do as well. So I can't tell you exactly how to do it. But this being said, it all comes down to storytelling, connecting points to other points to explain to a scroller why they have a problem and it has a solution and etc. and etc. It's basically just cause and effect, causing, effect, here's the cause, here's the effect, here's the cause, here's the effect. It's probably sounding like a bunch of fluff to you right now, but I do really I would actually say consider learning storytelling because it's very, very important. The founding father of storytelling is Aristotle. This is something that I do a lot. If I want to learn a topic, I literally just go to the founding father of that topic. I'm reading this book right now as well. It's called The Principles of Psychology. It was literally written in 1870 or something like that, right? Super, super, super old book. And I'm reading that because that was literally one of the first official books published on psychology. I'm probably going to go a little bit deeper though, but Aristotle was really the founding father of storytelling and poetry and all that stuff, right? And not the sort of poetry where you're just like rhyming words and everything, but it's more so like the poetry of actually storytelling, like tragedy and plot and everything. You know, you need to actually study storytelling, and honestly, once you learn this, it's like an asset, right? I can't actually vouch for it yet, but as I need to do this myself first, but usually every piece of knowledge derives from the founding father of a subject. So honestly, check out his works. There's a work he actually has, a book, which is called Poetry. Go and read that and actually start learning storytelling. So in short, Copium exists. Don't use it unless you want to leave your success up to chance and you want to have no control over your success. Control the controllables. Numbers don't behave linearly. Always look at the week-to-week performance and actually improve that. Create ads for permanent and primal desires. Create ads for unaware and problem-aware stages. Think of your ads as ads and landers at funnels, right? As actually funnels. I've sort of misspelled here and I sort of just fucked up my way of explaining it. Think of your ads and landers as funnels, right? As funnels, not just like a ad or a lander. Think of it as a funnel. How are you actually going to make people go down the specific stages of awareness, conduct learnings, and constantly create new, better, improved ads? If your hit rate isn't on point, increasing the volume of your ads is just more shit, okay? And learn storytelling. It is an asset. That is the end of this video. If you are a health and wellness brand at 6 figures a month and you're struggling to scale to those 7-figure months, those $1 million months, then you should probably click the first link in the description. You don't have to click it, right? But the reality is that if you're struggling to scale, you might want to actually check it out. It's just a quick video of me actually explaining how we actually help you and if we can help you at all. It's not some webinar, it's not some course, it's not some funnel, right? It's literally like actually a funnel designed to get you to book in a call. But the reality is that it's literally just a video explaining how we can help you. It's a couple minutes long. You might be interested in it. You don't have to click it just because you watched till the end of the video. But listen, that's it for this video. If you liked the video, like the video. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, anything, just comment them down below. And yeah, chances are we're never going to see each other again. So you might want to click that subscribe button if you want to watch any of my future videos. But anyway, I will speak to you very, very soon.